Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the New England Patriots versus Houston Texans Week 3 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. And we are 2 weeks into the season, so it's not the biggest sample size ever. However, there will always be little nuggets of truth in every sample you see this year. It's just a matter if those nuggets become bigger nuggets or little nuggets in terms of how these teams are performing, which is why I hope you stick around to see what those little nuggets are in this particular matchup. And if you are new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So if you're not familiar with any of the things that I'm talking about, again, just go to the description. All the terms and definitions will be there. So let's kick this off. So starting with the basics between both these teams when it comes to basic NFL stat comparisons. The Patriots are favored in this game. Surprisingly, the Patriots are favored in this game over the Texans based on data, but not by as much as you might think. Basically, the Houston Texans defense has been performing really well. They've been one of the best in the NFL over the last 2 weeks. And some of that could be the opponents they played, but they've been one of the best in the NFL in the last 2 weeks in terms of preventing first downs with their defense, whereas the Patriots' defense has not been the best. And this is going to be a test game, honestly. This is going to be one of those games because the Patriots' offense has been one of the best when it comes to creating first downs with their offense, whereas the Houston Texans have been one of the worst when it comes to their defense. So it's polar opposites. You're talking about a passing offense that creates a ton of first downs with the Patriots, and then you have a passing, not passing defense, but just a defense in the Patriots that has not been the best at preventing first downs against the Texans, who have been very bad at creating first downs. So this could benefit both these teams, is what I'm trying to say in terms of how they performed in the last 2 weeks. When you look at the turnover ratio, the Patriots, as always, are pretty dang good when it comes to preventing turnovers on offense, whereas the Texans have been one of the worst in the NFL when it comes to turnovers on offense. The Patriots have been about average when it comes to preventing sacks on offense compared to the rest of the NFL, while the Texans have been one of the pretty much the worst offense in the NFL when it comes to sack percentage, how many times the quarterback gets sacked. And then, of course, when you look at offensive scoring, the Patriots have been one of the best in terms of getting points on every single drive, whereas the Houston Texans have been one of the worst when it comes to getting points on every offensive drive. And then when you come to the defensive side of the ball, again, the Texans are better when it comes to their ability to prevent points on defense. Turnovers, not so much. The Texans and the Patriots have not been the best when it comes to creating turnovers, nor have the Texans or the Patriots been the best when it comes to getting sacks. So, again, despite what I just said about the Texans not allowing a lot of first downs, they still have not been the best when it comes to preventing points. But I still think that you should take this Texans defense seriously. I think you should still do that because of guys like J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, and you know the names. You know the people. And then when we get to the special team side of things, surprisingly, it's kind of 50-50 overall. The Patriots have not been the best when it comes to punt return and kick return yardage over the last 2 weeks, but the Texans have been a little bit better when it comes to those two areas, punt return yardage and kick return yardage. Defensively, though, the Patriots have been one of the better teams in the NFL when it comes to preventing punt return yardage, and they've also been at least average when it comes to kick return yardage on defense in terms of special teams defense. Field goal percentage favors the Patriots, but the Houstons are they're pretty much the same. It's only been 2 weeks worth of data, so the field goal percentages are pretty much the same for both these teams. Extra point percentage, though, is in favor of the Texans. And when you look at punting average, that favors the Texans as well. So when it comes to special teams, it's kind of a mixed bag for both these teams. I would kind of go with the Patriots because of how well they do in terms of preventing punt return yardage and kick return yardage. And on top of that, the other sort of things. But there is some advantages that the Texans have, again, when it comes to punting average and stuff like that. So this is the basic information. And again, the basic NFL stat information favors the Patriots in this game. So now when we get to other sort of stuff, when it comes to completion percentage, so the Patriots completion percentage on offense versus the Texans completion percentage when it comes to their defense in terms of the amount of completions that the defense allows, it's pretty much dead on same when it comes to first down situations. Second down situations favors the Texans, whereas third down situations favors the Patriots. So I got to give it to the Patriots. When it comes to that crucial down, the third down situation is very crucial, and the Patriots just outperform them in that particular area. So I'll give it to the Patriots when it comes to completion percentage. When you look at the Texans versus the Patriots, so the Texans offense versus the Patriots defense, the Texans offense will have some advantages when it comes to first down situations, but they will not have that many the advantages when it comes to second down and third down completion percentage. So despite the issues that the Patriots defense has had, they have been able to do pretty well in terms of second down and third down situations. And I think that is going to be an issue for the Texans, who have had issues getting they've had issues getting second down and third down completions in this particular matchup. Then we get to rushing data. So again, this is the ability to create first downs with the run. And when it comes to the Patriots offense versus the Houston Texans rushing defense, the Patriots offense has been better when it comes to first down situations, second down situations, but the Texans have a little bit of an advantage, a sizable advantage actually, when it comes to third down situations. I still kind of favor the Patriots with this. If you're able to get first downs with the run on first down, that shows that you're doing something pretty well. So despite the sort of third down situation issue, I still think that this pretty much does favor the Patriots when it comes to the rushing offense. Then when we get to the Texans rushing offense versus the Patriots rushing defense, for the most part, the Texans rushing offense has been pretty much the worst in the NFL when it comes to the ability to create first downs on first down compared to the rest of the NFL. But the Patriots defense has been one of the worst defenses in the NFL in preventing first downs from being had with the rush. So that's going to be an issue. The Texans, on the other hand, though, do pretty well when it comes to second down situations with the rush, compared to the Patriots, who've been pretty bad in terms of preventing second down situations. And then when you look at third down situations, it favors the Patriots defense. I mean, that's when it comes down to it. The Patriots have had issues in terms of first down and second down situations, but they have been able to be, they've been fighting when it comes to those third down situations. So as more weeks and more data comes in, we'll see how bad or how good this Patriots defense actually is, because a lot of this is skewed from that Kansas City game in terms of how poorly they played. Then when we get to passing situations, so this is looking at the ability to create first downs with the pass in various situations. The Patriots, of course, have the advantage when it comes to first down situations, but the Texans, surprisingly on defense, have advantages when it comes to second down and third down situations. Slight advantages, but advantages nonetheless. So this kind of slightly favors the Houston Texans defense overall. Some of this could also be because of the teams that the Houston Texans have played, Cincinnati Bengals, etc. But I do think that this does slightly favor the Texans overall in the last 2 weeks based on data. And then when you get to the Houston Texans passing offense versus the Patriots passing defense, the Patriots passing defense is better in terms of first down situations, but the Texans are a little bit better when it comes to second down situations, and also sizably better when it comes to third down situations in terms of the ability to create first downs in these particular situations. So overall, how do I feel about this particular game? I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a Patriots victory. I do want to see how Deshaun Watson develops. I mean, this is kind of a big game for a guy like this. I think that because I'm not a believer that the Patriots are the shutdown defense. All the injuries that they've had, all the other sort of issues that they've had up to this point, they're going to be sloppy. They're going to be able to kind of allow things to happen that probably shouldn't happen. So from that perspective, I do think that this is an advantage for Deshaun Watson to a certain extent. I think Deshaun Watson could find his footing and could perform well, but I still think the Patriots will find a way, to win this game. Again, they've been able to put up points. They've been able to do what they need to do, offensively speaking. It's just that defense. It's really been defensive centered for the most part. A lot of their losses have been because of that defense. Because whether you look at the Kansas City Chiefs game, that game specifically, just that game in particular, the biggest issue in that game was the defense, of how poorly that defense played against the Kansas City Chiefs offense. So they have to gain a lot more credibility because of how poor that performance was. I think this might be, it could go either way in this game. If Deshaun Watson has a relatively decent game against this Patriots defense, then I think it does say a lot about this Patriots defense. If Deshaun Watson doesn't have a very good game against the Patriots defense, then I think that it shows that they're improving and they're getting better and growing, as a defense overall. So with that out of the way, again, I think the Patriots win this game. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.